All right, welcome to the Mindfulness Broadcast, everyone. It is lovely to see your faces, new and those faces that I know so well. So welcome back or welcome. Today, I was inspired yesterday to bring this subject forward. And yesterday I had 2 coaching sessions and a class that I taught. And in both of the coaching sessions and in the class I taught, I heard people talking about imposter syndrome. And so these are, one of these folks is an organizational leader, and 2 of these folks are entrepreneurs. And this idea of everybody else is doing it right. Everybody else knows what they're doing, and I don't. I don't know how to run a business. I don't know how to lead an organization. I don't know how to have this difficult conversation. I don't know how to deal with the budget issues and, the people parts or the time or my scheduling or managing family and work. And I don't know how to do these things, but other people are doing it much better than I am. And it made me think about something I was reading the other day that talked about another phrase for suffering is separation. Another word for suffering is separation. And I kind of, all those things meshed yesterday in the afternoon when I had this final session, and this person was talking about, they feel like they are alone. Everybody else knows what they're doing and they don't know what they're doing. And it hit me because I feel that way. I feel that way as a parent. I feel that way just as an entrepreneur. I feel that way as just an adult. Like, does anybody know that I'm still not totally fully grown? Like, why would you let me sign mortgage papers? Who said I was old enough to do this? I know I'm almost 50, but feeling like everyone else must have this together and we've missed the party somewhere. And that feeling is a shared common human experience. And yet what we do is we judge our insides, how we're feeling, our experience, our thoughts, our interpretations, our files against everyone else's outside. So they're showing up, they're getting the emails sent, they look like they've got it together, they have 2 matching shoes on, they got their kids to school on time, right? We're judging our being by their doing. And then we go and we suffer and we isolate because we think we are the only ones. And finally, at the end of the day yesterday, I said, I have heard that phrase 3 times today to that person. I want you to know that. I want you to know that just today, I have heard that 3 times. You are not alone. This is what it looks like. And so I just thought I'd bring that to us today and to remind us that our brains are designed in a way that, part of our universal default resting state, part of mindlessness, part of what we do when we aren't being intentional is judge. That is a part of what we do as being human beings. And we tend to do that through this lens of a critical mind and a negativity bias. And there's nothing wrong with us for doing that. That's why we're all here and thriving, because we had this ability to do this. But now it might not be serving us as well. And now what might serve us better as human beings is to communicate and to be vulnerable and to build mindful communities, mindful relationships where we can say, I feel like this. I feel alone. I feel lonely. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like this. And to hear those that we honor and view as important in our lives say, I know, me too. Me too. So we're going to use that as kind of the platform of our practice today. This idea of to reduce suffering perhaps we connect, we reduce separation. So when you're ready, you can close your eyes, you can take a soft gaze, whatever you find allows you to settle into this moment. Adjust your camera and your volume in whatever way you need to. And just allow your body to do whatever it wants to do to land here. You might roll your shoulders. You might rock back and forth on your feet. You might find a position for your hands that feels good and connected, grounded. And just start with just honoring yourself for being here today, for showing up. Your presence adds to this community. Your presence shows others that this is work we're all doing. It's a journey we are all on. That we show up every day. We are intentional on purpose and creating brains, rewiring, creating new experiences, changing old messaging. So thank you for being here. Find your breath. Begin by honing in your focus on where the breath is entering and exiting the body. You might even just narrate it to yourself, noticing any qualities, the warmth, your nostrils, tickling of hairs, hint of coffee on the exhale. Just noticing our experience. And then bring your breath in fully, imagining it going into your nose and just a slow journey all the way down to your toes, where it hangs out for just a moment and then gets slowly exhaled through pursed lips as though you're blowing through a straw, slowly emptying out the body. And then repeating this several times, whatever speed feels right for you. And one last time before returning to your normal breath. Taking an inventory of your body right now. Noticing what feels at ease. Notice what feels like it's holding some tension or pain. Just noticing without any story, without any judgment. Again, you might narrate to yourself, noticing any qualities. And then we're going to play a little bit with some visualization. And that practice comes easily to some and very challenging to others. And so if you find that you can't follow or don't want to follow, you can always just listen and return to your breath. If you're able, I want you to just imagine you sitting or standing, or in any way that your mind projects you forward. A color, a light, a dot. Imagine you being all that you are. And then around you, I want you to think about your community, your trusted people in your life, your mentors, the professionals you bring in, perhaps family, friends. Imagine all of those people surrounding you. And again, allow your mind to do whatever it will. Maybe you see names, perhaps you see faces. And then surrounding those people, kind of the third layer, if you will, imagine your extended community, perhaps people you don't know well but interact with. You see my children's teachers, a neighbor across the street, a woman who runs on my road every day, people who walk through the doors of the business. Build that, whatever that is to you, people you see in your faith community, podcasters you listen to. And then as you do this, and as we begin to close, I want you to imagine a connectedness, beginning with you and radiating out. Perhaps it's a thread, perhaps it's a liquid, perhaps it's a light, perhaps it's a net. Whatever your brain allows you to do, maybe it's throughout the bodies, over the bodies, under the bodies. This community of humans that are all feeling all of the feelings together in our shared experience. Feelings of inadequacy, feelings of unworthiness, imposter syndromes, unknowing, judgment. That is part of everyone's thread. And while what we often share are the good things, this might be a community in which you can also share feelings, emotions, shared common humanity. And as we close, going to bring your attention back into your breath. One last deep breath, nose to toes, and then returned. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and come back together. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate you. Be well, take care, and I'll see you next week.